It is a great day to talk Disney parks, and if you would like to win your very own Kingdom Report mug, we love rewarding you for being a part of the program. Win it by leaving the phrase that pays underneath this video following the live broadcast over at the Kingdom Report on YouTube. Wait until the live show is over and leave the comment Indiana Jones beneath the video. Indiana Jones is the phrase that pays this week. You have between now and Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time in which to enter. If you are the winner, we will reach out to you directly and get that mug shipped your direction. Again, Indiana Jones is the phrase that pays this week to win your very own Kingdom Report mug. And on today's show, California Adventure is all aflutter with Rogers the Musical details. That's right, that Captain America musical moving on into the Hyperion Theater there in Hollywood Land. Nick Fury has arrived to Avengers Campus and Indiana Jones is back in Adventureland. Plus, San Francisco Square is taking shape over in the Pacific Wharf area of California Adventure. Plus, some Disneyland Resort foodie tips that you should know about before your next visit. All that and so much more magical fun. Tyler Crouch, our theme park analyst, is here. Katrina Manzoni, our travel agent, is here. And I'm your host, Wade Heath. I'm also here. Kingdom Report Live starts new for you in 50 seconds.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
It is a great day to...
The official first weekend of summer is here, and your Disney family is joining you live for an all-new Kingdom Report Live as we take a look outside over the tree line at the Disneyland Resort. Not sure what that is over the tree line. Can't really tell, huh? It says we back it out and, of course, move on over to the sidewalk in front of the HojoAnaheim.com Mattercam. Good rooftops
Good
of
stuff.
Anaheim, as I like to call it, up and around here. See if anybody walks by on this sidewalk cam for the Hojo Anaheim. Give it a couple seconds, see if anybody's on their way to the park on this beautiful summer Saturday.
Squirrel.
Is there a squirrel? No? Anybody driving? No? Not very busy on this Saturday out at Disneyland? On Harbor Boulevard out in front of the park? No? For those of you only listening, you are missing out on captivating video. This live feed of the sidewalk here in front of the Howard Johnson. And now we see that wide look out at Space Mountain, Matterhorn, and beyond. A beautiful day in Anaheim and a beautiful day to join you here live. Hey, everybody, Wade for the Kingdom Report. Back with you once again. Hello to you all. Grateful to be part of your weekend. Special hello to my mama at home watching. Good to see you, too. And to everybody's parents. And Michael Eisner, thank you for tuning in. It means an awful lot. We do have all the Disney parks news, information, and beyond to share with you here today. And who am I joined by this very week? You might be asking yourself that question. Well, just in case you're asking, I have an answer for you. Ladies and gentlemen, from the colony of analysts. He's our theme park analyst. Tyler Crouch joined alongside our very own Disney princess, travel agent Katrina Manzona. The crowd goes wild.
Much.
Hello.
I love it.
How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday?
They're doing beautiful, Tyler.
Well, how would you know? Let them answer.
Oh, they feel beautiful.
Okay, good.
Feel the glow of their beauty.
You're right.
Despite-
I do feel that. I think you're right.
Yeah, no doubt about
Yeah.
it. And, show that beauty in the best way possible by liking, subscribing, making sure that you are fully connected to the Kingdom Report, whether it's the Kingdom Report on YouTube or the Kingdom Report over on any of the podcasting platforms. Yes, we are an audio show as well to so many folks that apparently don't realize it. So we like to remind folks, there's a great segment of you that don't realize you can download this on the go and listen at your leisure. However, we do have so many visuals that come along with it. We do treat it like a news broadcast that you might see on TV. So if you ever happen to listen in and think, I wonder what they're talking about in this moment because it doesn't make sense to me on audio, you can always tune in over at the Kingdom Report on YouTube. But grateful once again to have you with us. And before we get this show officially rolling, I think that we deserve to start things with a toast. And this week, the show toast comes to us courtesy of Katrina Manzoni. What toasting are we toasting of toastworthiness toast today?
Oh man, I wish I was eating toast.
Me too.
Toast
Dang.
sounds good.
Avocado
Like-
on that toast?
I've never had avocado toast, to be honest.
What?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know. I eat like
That's weird.
avocado on sandwiches and stuff, but I've never like sought out avocado toast. Mainly because I have a gluten allergy, so I know it's not going to be price point because like it tastes good probably with sourdough. So I'm not going to use like gluten-free bread to go
Okay.
eat avocado toast and like spend like $25 on it anyway. Yeah.
I can see that being a problem.
Yeah, there
I
is a
suppose,
place
but-
in Santa Barbara that I need to go and eat avocado toast
And
because
report
they
back
have
to us?
gluten-free bread that they hand make in-house. So it looks really good. So that's probably worth it. But anyway, that's
Well,
not what I'm going to toast about,
I
though.
don't-
It's the
I think
most
you-
off the rails toast.
I think you just lost your millennial card, quite frankly. for
Yeah,
not
really.
Having eaten avocado toast. But
I do feel really old at work. I'm not going to lie. I
Well-
probably feel like the oldest person there. I'm like, do you guys know what rotary phones are?
Grandma Katrina over here. That's right. She's our elder. God love her, but a toast.
That's
of
not
this,
what it is, though. So my
toast this
toast,
week.
my toast is going to be Rogers the Musical.
Oh.
So it's going to be in DCA, and it's going to start June 30th, right in time for the 4th of July weekend.
Cheers to that.
America.
Cheers.
Yeah, DCA. Wee. And so I'm really happy about it. Cheers. It's going to be so great. It's finally we're able to like have it. It's going to be virtual queue, which is going to be nice. You don't have to wait all day.
Right.
And then also you're going to have like a fun, weird musical. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably really, really weird by the pictures that they showed yesterday, but I'm really excited for it.
And all kinds of new food.
Oh yeah, all of the
it.
themed foods and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm not really. It seems interesting that they're doing like the weird pizza shawarma thingy, but I'm just like, can we not just keep it?
That
Like,
made me sad. If you're going to bring a new shawarma, don't make it pizza.
yeah,
I
don't
know.
just stop. Just make it like like not authentic because that's not really authentic shawarma, but it's pretty close.
I guess that's a truly American thing to do, right?
Right,
Is
make
just
everything
co-opt
pizza.
food
Yeah,
and make it
More cheese.
Yeah,
More
yeah,
pepperoni.
exactly.
Yeah.
Life is good.
make it pizza.
I'm sure it's gonna taste great, but it's weird. But anyway,
USA.
yeah. So make pizza. So anyway, so that's my cheers for my toast for the day for the week. Is Rogers the Musical.
Rogers the musical.
To Peggy Carter
Oh,
and Steve Rogers.
Hear, hear.
Cheers.
what a blessing.
Whee.
Very good. Well, we are thrilled to be able to see that Rogers the Musical coming to California Adventure here very soon. And on top of it, if you're not familiar with Rogers the Musical and kind of the origin story, it does come from the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus, where he happened to go to a theater in New York and they had Rogers the Musical playing. And so from that very brief sort of segment as part of one of the episodes, it has given birth to the concept of basically Captain America's life on stage. And so what it will truly be like is anybody's guess, as Katrina was mentioning, but I think we're all looking forward to seeing it and finally having the Hyperion Theater back open.
Yeah.
Right.
Here, here.
Here. Absolutely.
Let's go.
A people sucker.
Yeah.
Suck all the people into
Thousands.
that theater.
Everybody loves a good people sucker. I said what I said.
There it is. Let's get you caught up on your headlines. Disney News Review time.
Disney News Review time, taking a look at some of the biggest stories from the last week. Whittier Daily News reports that Rogers the Musical will take over DCA's Hyperion Theater on June 30th for a limited-time engagement set to run through August 31st. The 30-minute, one-act live theater production will be performed several times daily, Tuesdays through Saturdays on most weeks during the run. Complimentary spots in the Rogers the Musical virtual queue will be distributed via the Disneyland app on show days at 10:30 a.m. for the first two performances and 2 p.m. for the remaining shows. If you're lucky enough to snag a seat, you'll get notified via your smartphone to join the physical queue 30 to 45 minutes before showtime. You don't need to join the virtual queue to see Rogers the Musical, but Disneyland highly recommends it, so stop by the Hyperion Theater main entrance to check on walk-up availability if you forget to join the virtual queue or if it sells out quickly. In other exciting California adventure news, CBS 8 reports that if you're heading to the Disneyland Resort this summer, prepare to be transported into a new bustling city that merges San Francisco and Tokyo. That's right, San Francisco Square, inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios' Academy Award-winning movie Big Hero 6, is set to officially open at California Adventure starting in July. The new area, formerly known as Pacific Wharf, will be home to a multicultural mashup of San Francisco and Tokyo's most iconic landmarks and touches. Fans will get to walk across the San Francisco Gate Bridge that sits above tide pools connecting to the Paradise Gardens Park obelisk. Most importantly, fans will have the chance to pose for selfies with Big Hero 6's beloved robot Baymax at a newly added meet and greet location outside of the Hamada Bot Shop. California Adventure visitors will have a chance to taste food from brand new menus, including Asian-inspired items and tasty margaritas. New menu offerings will launch mid-July, and additional food and drink options will be rolled out through mid-August, according to the Disneyland Resort. And having already begun, you can now meet Nick Fury over at Avengers Campus at California Adventure, where he will recruit guests to practice the art of espionage in an all-new interactive experience. A veteran S.H.I.E.L.D. operative, Nick Fury continues the legacy as one of the greatest super spies in the world in Secret Invasion, now streaming on Disney Plus. And across the Esplanade for a limited time this summer, beginning June the 30th, guests may once again encounter Indiana Jones in Adventureland at Disneyland Park. And across the country at Walt Disney World, Travel Pulse writes that the 2023 edition of the Disney Springs Flavors of Florida will run between July 1st and August 13th and bring the taste, techniques, ingredients, and culture of the Sunshine State to life through curated menu items at many of the most popular restaurants at the complex. The Florida festivities at Disney Springs kicked off at Paleo on June 20th with the revealing of the famous recipe for paella. The next featured restaurants in the series are Wine Bar George on July 7th, The Polite Pig on July 14th, Chef Art Smith's Homecoming July 21st, Gideon's Bakehouse July 28th, and the final event hosted by acclaimed Disney chefs on August the 4th. All remaining events will take place at Waterview Park, and there is no admission charge to the culinary events, as guests will just need to register to attend before sampling the dishes and interacting with the chefs. NPR reports that Walt Disney World is celebrating the birth of two rare cotton-top tamarin monkeys that arrived last week, the first new births of the species at the Florida destination since 2001. So far, workers don't know if the white-haired twins born on June 12th are male or female, so they don't have names yet. But the 4-inch-long newborn monkeys living at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park have already been spotted clinging to their mom and dad, who will carry the babies around on their backs for up to 14 weeks. Cotton-top tamarins are native to the tropical forests of the northwestern Columbia region, and park officials say there are fewer than 7,500 left in the wild. Beginning June 27th, guests at Walt Disney World Resort will now purchase Disney Genie Plus service based on how they want to visit. Guests will be able to select either a single park option or a multi-parks option, subject to availability. With this update, prices may now be lower at some Walt Disney World theme parks compared to others. WDW Magic reports that the multi-park option will be the most expensive and will operate the same way as the existing Disney Genie Plus option. And for the single park Genie Plus option, Disney's Animal Kingdom and Epcot will be priced lower than Disney's Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom.
And with that last story, Katrina, that is a great place to start with. Disney World about to offer park-specific Genie Plus. What are some of the takeaways for a family who might be looking to take advantage of it? This change probably freaks people out a little bit, especially given the fact that Genie Plus and the Genie service isn't that old already. And now it feels like, oh, perhaps the Disney World experience just got a little more complicated?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more complicated. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's a lot more complicated versus just saying, okay, you just buy this one thing and then you're good to go all day. And that's what you tell people I've never gone to Disney World before. They just know to buy that one thing. And now it's like, oh, well, I mean, if you're only doing a one park, then you can buy this one park pass. But then if you do have a park hopper and you think that you're going to go to another park and use it, then you probably should do the multi one. But then if they sell out on any of those other days, then the multi one is also not going to be sold that day when they sell out of one of the parks. So then you have to buy like all the other ones instead. So it is very complicated in the end. And it's really expensive because it used to be $15 per person.
Right,
and,
that's what
and
it started,
that was
right?
for multi-park.
$15, yeah.
And then now it's like $27. I mean, it's not going to be 27. It's going to be based off of the day, right?
Yeah,
so
the
it's just going to
demand.
go high, it can go
Right.
high and go low, whatever. And then I'm sure that Magic Kingdom is always going to stay the same as the multi-park one. Like it's going to be like the highest. It's never going to go below that. And then also for the price, like if you saw like that little picture, the price for Hollywood Studios was like almost the same price as Magic Kingdom. It's like a half-a-day park.
Star Wars, that's why.
I mean, it is, but it's still kind of like, oh my God, this is really expensive. So, I mean, pretty much, I mean, my only advice is like, if you know that you're going to go to like 2 parks in a day, yeah, then get the multi-pass one, like the multi-park, I
Lulu
think
Dallas.
of Lulu Dallas. But I think that honestly, you would probably want to do that multi-park one. But then, you know, beware that if, you know, Magic Kingdom sells out for that day, the multi-park like Genie is also going to not be available for that day. So if you know that you're going to go to Epcot and Hollywood Studios that day, then you're probably going to have to buy 2 separate ones
Right.
to use it, which is very expensive on top of Lightning Lane. So prepare your pockets.
It is super confusing
This
though.
could
I
be very
mean,
expensive.
I just got a haircut. I hope you guys like it.
Looks great.
My barber is going to take his family to Disney
Yeah.
World / Universal Studios out there pretty soon. And he was asking me all these questions about it because he knows how much I know about it. And I could just feel his eyes glazing over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even see him because he was doing my hair. But I just know with every sentence I said, he was just more and more like, oh, this is a lot. And now they're going to add another wrinkle. It's just like too much. You know,
There's a lot
Yeah.
of planning that goes into a traditional Disney World vacation, and then now, and I understand that. I think the thought process behind this was, oh, this is going to make it even better because they don't usually go into these concepts with, let's make it worse for people, let's make it worse for the.
Are you sure?
Guests. But yeah, some things are questionable sometimes. But this is definitely one of those sort of added layers that you're right. It's kind of an additional wrinkle in the
Yeah.
planning phase, and now people have to go. Wait, well, now it's park specific and a little bit more expensive depending on demand and what the heck's going on here. So
And you can't pre-purchase it anymore either,
Right.
which is even a bigger caveat in their planning process, right? Because now you have these people that want to use travel agencies or, you know, book on the Disney World website, but you don't give them kind of a leg up on it, you know, planning your adventure. So like you're pretty much going like, okay, so I buy my hotel room, I buy my tickets. Now I have to wake up at what time to go buy Genie Plus on my vacation? And then what time do I have to wake up to actually book Genie Plus on my vacation? Versus just like let whoever do like the package deals, like the tickets and the hotel together, let them prepay for their Genie Plus so they can just get it out of sight, out of mind already, so they don't have to wake up on their vacation.
Yeah.
And then they just have to wake up at like 7 a.m. to just book their Genie Plus. Like that would be nice because then you know that you already have that money in the bag. You already have their tickets. You already have their hotel. You know that, you know, if you stay at maybe even do that stupid thing where you're like, oh, Deluxe and, you know, all those other hotels, you can pre-book your Genie Plus. Like that would be really nice that for they can prepay it. Because you can still prepay it at Disneyland, right? No, you can't do it anymore either at Disneyland.
I wonder if they're worried about running into the same situation that they had years ago when you booked your vacation, like months in advance, you had to pick your 3 rides you were going to do for the fast passes. And I think that was creating really bad guest experiences for the people who didn't know what they were doing. because then they would show up, or even like maybe a couple months before their trip, they would try and get their fast passes, and they couldn't do it because all that stuff would book up. If you know what you were doing, you were on it at midnight. And I wonder now if they're going to be if they would rather just have the people that are at the parks be able to buy this, and have at least a decent experience rather than showing up and having no option at all, But I mean, this all boils down to Disney just trying to make more money. I mean, that's all of this is, and there's no beating around the bush. They want to make it more expensive to use Genie Plus, and they've constantly been upping the prices since they've introduced it, and it's just going to get more and more. I mean, it still is cheaper. I always use the example of the other theme parks. I mean, if you get Express Pass at Universal Studios, it's going to be way more expensive than Genie Plus is, but also it's arguably a better product because you really do get on those rides pretty fast over there. Whereas, sometimes the lightning lanes are not that great at Disney. So, it still is cheaper than a lot of these other theme parks, but they're just trying to make more money. That's all it is.
And are you planning on utilizing the park-specific Genie Plus? We'd love to hear from you as always. Let us know in the comments. We move on out to the West Coast now, as the Disneyland Resort set to reveal for the first time in mass the Pacific Wharf re-theme to San Francisco over a California adventure. And Tyler, with the debut of the San Francisco re-theme of Pacific Wharf, what are some of the things you're looking forward to the most? This was announced at the D23 Expo originally, that San Francisco Big Hero 6 theming was coming to this section of California Adventure that really had no IP infused to it. It was just a traditional part of the park telling the story of California, really. A Pacific Bayfront of sort of San Francisco and, more of the...
Disney California Adventure?
I know, telling a true story of
Whoa.
California.
Weird.
Right. But now,
like it.
infusing all of that Big Hero 6 attitude to it, what are you looking forward to the most?
I gotta say I was actually one of the people that was not thrilled with this change, like in the beginning, but now that I've seen more concept art, and now when you go to the parks, you can actually see that they're already beginning. They're putting a lot of new art up, and a lot of it's really nice looking. It's gorgeous stuff, and some of the logos and things that they've come up with are like really, really cool. So I'm just excited to kind of have a new vibe about it, and you can see from this concept art too that it has that like real kind of I don't know how you want to call it, like neo future type stuff. And I like with the lights everywhere, and it looks really neat to me. So I'm hoping it has that vibe at night. So I'm just looking forward to seeing it just all complete. And on top of that, there's probably going to be some new food items. Well, they have announced there will be new food items at some of these places. So I hope that some of our favorites stick around, but I'm always excited when they change up the menus at these restaurants because, I mean, for me personally, I think Casino Cucamonga is probably the best quick service at California Adventure. So hopefully they just keep on doing their thing over there. And, of course, the cerveceria is, like, the number one thing I think I am looking forward to because I always have loved that little Karl Strauss cart.
Yeah.
And
rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that they will be carrying a lot of Karl Strauss beers still.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's going to be, it's just getting a little upgrade. It's not going to just be a cart anymore. It's going to have a nice little home now. So.
And the reason why we know, because we stared at that artwork and we saw the Karl Strauss logo.
There is a big giant
Karl
Karl
Strauss
Strauss
logo
on
there.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure, but there was a logo on concept art.
Yeah. I've always loved Karl Strauss, and they used to have one at City Walk, like the actual restaurant, and it bummed me out when it closed through COVID. And so this is really the only place that I can get Karl Strauss unless I, drive to San Diego or something like that.
There's
So
a Karl Strauss by the Angel Stadium.
Yep.
Yeah, we always forget
Oh,
that
that's
place.
true.
Yeah.
I guess that is over there, but that feels like it's an eternity away from Disneyland. So I just
down Catella.
yeah, it's just
So
so
far.
far. I can't. It's too far for me. So I'm just really excited for those changes, and seeing Baymax out there should be fun, and I think it's going to be a good time. I'm not really thrilled with the way that store looks that we pulled up earlier.
Yeah.
I think it looks a little temporary, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Definitely looks temporary.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be seating soon,
Mm-hmm.
sooner or later.
That's the biggest issue with this whole thing, right? Is that it's already hard to find seats over there, and now everybody's going to want to go over there at least for a few months, and it's going to just be like, okay, you're going to get your food, and then you're going to stand around and be like, now what do I do?
In an area that has mostly just been seating for the last decade or so, in and around those restaurants. I mean, you're absolutely right. It's now going to be more popular than ever. I hope there's more space to add seating.
If you look at the concept art photos, there is like 0 seating shown. There's like, a table of 4, like maybe sparsely like scattered throughout the picture. And then I was like, well, that's not going to be true. They're literally going to just do rows of tables soon. And they're not going to be, everybody's going to be like on top of each other.
Yeah, you got to make friends with your neighbors when you eat over there because the tables are literally all touching. So you got it. Sometimes you're even going to be sharing tables with people. Like we've done that before, and that's just how it goes. But it's going to be even crazier now. I'm curious with the new Aunt Cass restaurant over there. Does that mean that like what is it? It's Boudin, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean like Boudin is no longer
going to
be? Okay, it is the same.
They're going to use the bread there.
Okay.
It's just a different name.
Okay.
And they're gonna change the theme a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Like the food.
Yeah, the story will change. It sounds like some of that food will be the same, and then some additional offerings being fused into the different locations in through August, which is fantastic. But yeah, meeting Baymax, I think more than anything, is what I'm thrilled we finally get out on this coast for good.
I want to hug him.
Yeah, he's been available at Epcot for the longest time. He's been available out on the East Coast for the longest time. Having him readily available here out at Disneyland is such a joy.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we're going to be able to eat him too.
You think so?
Whoa.
And what I mean by that is like, you know how they have those like, they do like the Groot loaf, like the sourdough loaves and just like the Mickey Mouse loaves.
I see what you're saying.
I think they're definitely going to make a Baymax
Katrina
loaf.
won't be able to eat it.
I know. I
I'm
wish
sorry.
they did the thing. I forgot what park they do it in, and they make like a little rice Baymax and they put it in the soup. And it's just like Baymax like floating on the
That's
side.
probably
of the,
Tokyo, right?
Right? Yeah,
Must be.
probably.
Must be.
Yeah.
They always do those things.
Yeah,
that are
so it was just like
perfect.
a rice
Yeah.
Baymax just sitting there, chilling, like a little hot tub of soup. It's really cute. I really want it.
perfect.
Soup tub.
It'd be perfect now for our coast and for our destination, that's for sure. You looking forward to the Big Hero 6 retheme San Francisco coming to California Adventure? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know down in them comments. Hey, you got your trivia hat on? It's time for the Disney Trivia Minute. Let's go. Disney Trivia Minute time. Taking a look at some of the greatest trivia questions about Disney in existence and asking our team a little bit about whether or not they've got that answer stored up here or they are a dunderhead. With me today, our friends Tyler Couch, Katrina Manzoni, producer Tony at the controls, and we are going to start with this question. Disney Trivia Minute goes first with what was the title of the first theatrically released color cartoon to feature Mickey? What was the first title of the first theatrically released color cartoon to feature Mickey? Was it A, Brave Little Tailor, B, The Delivery Boy, or C, The Band Concert? Brave Little Tailor, Delivery Boy, or The Band Concert? If you're watching along with us live, we invite you to sound off in chat and let us know what you are thinking, what you got on your mind. We're going to start with Katrina. What do you think? First theatrically released color cartoon for Mickey.
I don't know. I mean, he did do a lot of these things.
He did.
But which one did he do theatrically?
First.
And first.
He was part of a
Of
band.
every show is when Katrina repeats the question back to me.
He was in a band. He did Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tyler.
That is Tyler, not a Taylor.
Don't ever call me Taylor, anybody.
I forgot what the other one was.
The delivery.
The Delivery Boy.
Delivery Boy, Brave Little Tailor, and the
He
Band
did
Concert.
deliver
Okay.
as a boy.
Quite a bit of delivery on this Mickey Mouse front.
Okay, I'm gonna do the band concert.
You think the band
I have no
concert.
idea. Yeah,
Interesting you would say that.
he's just I don't know. I think of him in like the Mickey Mouse thing and cheering, being like part of a band.
Okay. Tyler, Your answer to what was the title of the first theatrically released color cartoon to feature Mickey, Brave Little Tailor, Delivery Boy, or the band concert?
I also think it was the band concert.
Do you?
I was torn between that and Brave Little Tailor, but I just don't see that as his first one. I don't know. That seems like a later, let's do another story with him. So I'm going anyway. I don't know. I'm going with C.
Right. Band concert.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Final answer.
Okay. Producer Tony. what
Thank
do
you,
got?
Regis.
Well, for the time, I feel my good feeling is A.
Brave Little
Yeah.
Tailor.
Brave Little Tailor. I think of the
Alright.
Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah, that's a great
Toast.
movie.
Right. Yeah, I think of that too.
It's a theme.
Toast. Avocado toast. We have David saying C, the band concert. Judith also saying C. Bree saying C. Behind the Park saying C. Daniel saying C. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all got it except for Tony. It is the band concert. Congratulations on that front.
Nobody gets a sound effect for that.
Yeah, well,
Rude.
Tony, you get a sound.
There we go.
Ouch. Moving along, the next question in the Disney Trivia Minute. Again, if you're watching live or watching after the fact, sound off in live chat or in the comments. What famous film actor was considered for the voice of Hades in Hercules? Again, what famous film actor was considered for the voice of Hades in Hercules? Was it A, Al Pacino, B, Alan Rickman, or C, Jack Nicholson? Katrina,
Oh, man.
who were they considering for the voice of Hades in Hercules?
Listen, first off, I love Alan Rickman.
You do?
R.I.P. I love him to death. His voice, iconic.
Mm.
Hans Gruber,
Ah,
evil.
ah,
So good.
just
So, like, you could just hear him miles and miles away.
Wickedly.
Sense and Sensibility,
ah.
beautiful. You love him no matter what. Al Pacino, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think of Jack Nicholson in Batman,
Right.
and he was bad and evil, and he has
Yes.
a good voice.
These are things that happened, right?
I want to say Jack Nicholson, but I really want to say Alan Rickman too because I love Alan Rickman so much. But I
Is this an answer based on passion
yeah.
of thought?
I love Alan
logic.
Rickman, but I don't know if he would be like a good Hades. He can be whatever he wants to be.
Well, who were they considering?
I
then?
think
So,
Jack Nicholson because I think of Batman and the Joker.
I'm Batman. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm Batman.
She's locked it in. Tyler, your answer.
I'm also going C. I think it was Jack Nicholson because I think about Hades in the Hercules movie.
He's goofy.
And I think that, like, when I think about that Jack Nicholson kind of, like, stereotypical voice,
Yeah.
I think that he could have been a good Hades,
Okay.
I think that,
They do. Genie did make fun of him a couple times in Aladdin as well.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like he could be, Hades, obviously gambling is like, this is going to be like, I'm connecting the dots. Gambling is bad, right? Jack Nicholson makes me think of like he's a pit boss, the way he
Yeah.
talks, like he's a pit boss, like at a craps table or
Because Al
something.
Pacino's just cocaine.
So I'm going. I just feel like
It's bad, it's bad.
C, because he has the, I don't know, he's got that Vegas pit boss kind of tone to him. and
Okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like that
alright.
matches with Hades.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Locked it in. No going back.
No going back.
All right. We got two Jack Nicholsons. Tony, what do you got for us? Voice of
Here's
Hades.
Johnny. I just don't see him. Yeah, I don't see Jack Nicholson's voice.
You want Al Pacino? Say hello to my little friend.
Right, my little friend.
To my little underworld.
And
Yeah.
it just seems like anything Greek, Roman, they always use somebody with a English accent. So I'm gonna go with B.
Going with
Sweet
me.
Alan.
Yeah.
Rickman.
Bless.
Bree in chat saying A. Al Pacino. All right. David saying I'm going to guess C. Jack Nicholson. Judith saying B. Daniel saying B. Got another with Behind the Park saying A. Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer for what famous film actor was considered for the voice of Hades and Hercules? C. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah!
2 for 2.
Woo!
Congratulations. And Tony,
For Tony.
I'm not even gonna do it.
you won't. Oh, Mickey. That's,
Hiya, folks.
that's just you can't Mickey a loss. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. But Tony, I'm sorry. This time around, it didn't work out for you. Usually, he guesses and he gets it right.
He does
Pretty
pretty
good,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Does pretty well.
I think he wanted to like not follow the crowd.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
I think the English accent thing was a good.
a good guess.
That was a good kind
Yeah.
of thought process.
True.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And honestly, Alan Rickman's voice, it could work. But then Hades' little goofiness, I was like,
Well, whose voice did they choose?
Jack Nicholson.
James. No, James.
Oh,
James
who did
Woods.
they really go?
Yeah,
Woods,
James
yeah.
Woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you. Sorry.
You're like,
we
Jack
just went through
Nicholson.
this. Tony.
I'm like,
Never mind. Yeah.
not
no,
damn Disney.
That's your Disney Trivia Minute. Thanks for playing along with us. As always, we have a great time. And if you would like to submit your own Disney trivia questions, as always, leave them in the comment or head on over to kingdomreportlive.com and submit a question to the team with the question you have in mind. We'd love to play. All right, you stick around. Plenty more Kingdom Report Live for you next. Time for the Disney List. Taking a look at some of the best across the Walt Disney Company this week, focusing on the Disneyland Resort specifically, though. The best foodie tips for a Disneyland Resort trip. What are some of the bites? What are some of the tastes? What are some of the goodies you should go out of your way for? Katrina Manzoni is our travel agent. Tyler Crouch is our theme park analyst. They're here to talk all things foodiness at the Disneyland Resort.
Yum yum yum.
Yum, yum, yum. We're going to start with Tyler. He's got some for us. What do you think, mister?
So, my very first one here is you got to go and get this while you can,
You must.
because it's not going to be here forever. It's one of the 100-year little special foods that they have brought out for a limited time. And this one is over at the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta over in California Adventure. It is the French onion dip pizza, which is kind of like when I was first told about it, I swear they used to call it French onion soup pizza because that's exactly what it tastes like. But
okay.
it is a piece of pizza with mozzarella and Gruyere and roast beef, caramelized onions, and then they give you a little cup of jus on the side.
A little jus?
Of
Jus?
jus. And you dip it in there, and I swear it's like it has the flavors of French onion soup. So if you like French onion soup and you like pizza, it's like out of this world. I put some little red pepper flakes on there. I got to get it again before it goes away because I've only had it the once so far, but it was instantly like, oh, this is a hit. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's good stuff. But I'm not exactly sure when. Do we know exactly when this celebration is ending yet? Because
Sure, it'll be an 18-month-long
that's
celebration.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's probably going to be around for a little while, but it is, like I said, one of the 100-year foods. So get that while you can, because it won't be here forever.
I'm adding it to my list, Tyler Crouch.
You should.
Get
You
your
should.
pen and paper.
Wade Heath.
Start.
Good. I'm glad. My second one is also kind of fairly new to the resort. I mean, it's been a little over. Gosh, has it been like? Well, I don't know. Has it
2
been like
years.
2 years since
Sure
Avengers
has.
Campus has opened? I
Isn't
think
that
it has.
wild?
That's pretty crazy to think about because I still am thinking of it like it's so new, but
It
2
was like
years.
yesterday I did web slingers.
Yeah,
But it was
and-
2 years ago.
and it feels like today. I'll never do it again. No, sorry.
Oh. Tom
No,
Holland is
I'm
not
s-
a fan of yours, sir.
Well, you know what? The Tom Holland part's the best part of the attraction, honestly. Anyway, I don't mean to poop on Spider-Man, but I will say that the shawarma carts that are out there, I get the chicken shawarma, and that is like one of my favorite things in all of the resort. And it's so easy to just walk up and buy one at one of the carts too, and then you can like walk over to Pim's tasting lab and get yourself like a seltzer or a beer or something, and it's like just perfect. It has this like, I know a lot of people aren't going to understand this reference, but there's a place called Zanku Chicken out here in California, and they have this like amazing garlic sauce, and they make like chicken, obviously, and you put the chicken and the garlic sauce and you put it in the pita, and this has just such a Zanku Chicken vibe to me. I really feel like somebody was just like, oh yeah, Zanku's good, let's make a thing like that. And so these are the jokes, folks. So I just think that's an incredible tasty little treat to get, and it's also like not huge. Like, yeah, if you ate one of them you wouldn't want to eat for a few hours, but you could share it with somebody as a little snack or something, and I think it's like perfect.
Anything handheld at Disneyland is so helpful.
Yeah.
You can eat on the go. You can carry that sucker with you anywhere. You don't have to necessarily sit down.
Stand in a queue, eat it.
But this one also does come with a little tzatziki on the side, and it's actually a vegan tzatziki that's made from coconut, but it's not like coconutty or anything like that. It really does. It's got a very small hint of coconut, but it just tastes. It just adds so much to it, and just the two of them together, man. Woo! Chef kiss.
Heaven.
Let's go. That's right. Oh man, poor Zazu.
Yum.
Anyway, okay, so my last one here is not in either of the theme parks. This one is actually. Oh, I know. Wade is confused.
You're venturing out of the park, sir.
I know. Whoa. So weird.
And it's not at Carthay.
It's not down Catella either. I won't go there.
Oh, nobody goes down Catella. Right. So not even a Carl Sturms. Right.
But this one is over at Black Tap, which is in the downtown Disney district. I would have said it was across from Catal and Uva Bar, but I can't say that.
But that ain't around no more.
Can't say that anymore. Those
Cross
things
from a
are gone.
sign.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. in peace. Anyway, this one, Black Tap, this burger is called the Greg Norman, and it is kind of an expensive burger, but it's like a pretty good quality beef, and then it has like blue cheese on it, and it has and they give you all the toppings too, like, so you can put every burger comes with like lettuce, tomato, onion, and you can just decide what you want to put on. But for whatever reason, this Greg Norman blue cheeseburger, I like to add a little bacon to it sometimes, and it is so good. It's heavy, and it is, it's a little greasy, obviously. It's a burger, but they get me too every time we come in on the tram. It's like they do it on purpose. You know how they have the little vents on Main Street that blow out the little sugar smell, so that you're like, ooh, that candy smells good. I should go buy some candy.
Captivating.
Yeah, we're every time we're on the tram coming into Disney, the burgers just waft into my face, and I'm just like, oh man, that burger.
Intoxicating.
I look at Katrina and I go, hey, maybe go Black Tap, and she's like, I don't want to go to Black Tap.
Not again.
No,
I'm good.
Yeah, she doesn't like it as much as I do, but man, and they used to have onion rings.
It's
they don't have
fine.
that anymore. I don't know.
I don't have the Greg Norman because I hate blue cheese. So I've never had that one, but it's a burger. I mean, I will say their salads are very big, so you put the burger on like the patty on the salad. It like you can just keep eating it; it won't go down. Oh my! It's really big, but it's okay.
But it's kind of one of those walk-up places where you order your food at the counter, you sit down, they bring you the food, whatever. Like if you want to get a soda, you like get your own soda and stuff.
Unless you're the Kingdom Report's Tyler Crouch and they bring it to you.
Do they?
Oh, I
wish.
I assumed. Yeah.
I wish they would bring me my own.
Would you like us to fetch you a Coke, sir? I often hear that every time you walk in there.
Yeah. And I go, yes, quickly.
Yes.
Fast.
Right. Cabana boy. Right. No, please.
No, but so yeah, those are my three. I think they're all solid choices, and they're all kind of quick choices, and too. So it's something you can just pop and keep on moving on.
I say, go grab yourself a chicken shawarma. Walk through downtown Disney while consuming that in your hand, and then go get yourself a Greg Norman burger.
I think so. Yeah. This sounds like the best idea you've ever had.
Sometimes I think. I think real good. That's right.
Yes.
Katrina, what do you got for us? What's on your list?
Well,
Our gluten-free gal over here.
yeah, gluten-free. So mine are going to be gluten-free, obviously.
Obviously.
But I talked about one already. Well, I've talked about both of them like a lot, all the time. I dream about them every now and then.
Oh,
I wonder if they dream about me.
they probably think about you lots.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. So my first one is the pizza flopover. Obviously,
Well,
I'm
naturally.
obsessed. So it's a pepperoni
Yes.
pizza flopover over at Cafe Daisy. Super good. It is amazing. Mobile order it because the line gets like a little lengthy. So like literally as you park and you're going on the tram, right? You're not driving, but you're gonna be sitting there. Then you just mobile order, and so then you just head to Disneyland and just keep walking to the very back, and you pick up your pizza.
Walk through those Toontown gates and say,
just-
Daisy, I'm coming for you, girl.
Yeah, get
That's
it.
right.
And then you eat it, and you go nom 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 nom, and then you mobile order, and then you go to DCA, and you go get quesadilla
Oh, naturally, yes.
at Cocina Cucamonga. Obviously, those are like my two top choices. I will say I just got the quesadilla last week, and they got smaller.
Oh,
They sure did, and the plate got
This
really
just
tiny.
in.
It's like this big, the plate.
plates be shrinking.
Yeah, it was tiny, but still delicious. It was very, very good. And it is a little higher price, honestly. The food amount that you get at Cafe Daisy is way better than the one that you would get for the quesadilla, even with the AP discount, like the magic key holder discount. But there's just something about just like a quick little snack taco. Now I feel like they're a snack because it used to be like a full-on entree,
they're
but
smaller, right.
but now they're like really tiny, so it's like more of like a snack now. So, but those are like I highly recommend those two. Those are like the best.
You and your pizza flop over.
Oh my god, I'm so obsessed.
We've seen the photo of you with it, and you
So
know,
good.
Naturally on social media, I remember people initially reaching out and saying, "Are you tiny or is that huge? How does that work?"
It's both, actually.
Yeah.
She's SMOL. She's very small.
Babies.
A petite gal with a gigantic pizza flop over.
It's so good.
Right.
You
I'm
don't
not
even need
even-
ranch. Like they don't even carry ranch, but I know people like ranch with pizza and stuff, but you don't need it. It's so good.
And I'm not even the biggest fan of like a traditional kind of American pizza, but I feel
With the
like
sauce.
Yeah, like it
doesn't like
tastes.
the sauce.
It's just there is something great about
You
it.
married an Italian?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, like
Excuse
listen,
me,
That-
Italian?
a
Yeah.
traditional Sicilian pizza, I've had that before, and that's good stuff.
It's like
but
just
I'm-
real tomato.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
the,
paste.
the America sweet candy tomato sauce is just not my thing. But
yeah.
Go totally pesto.
yeah,
Change your life.
we made pizza last night actually, and I went
pesto?
pesto.
Oh, look at you two.
And
so
truffle.
wow.
Pesto truffle.
Oh,
It was
I did a little. I did like fresh crushed tomato on mine with a little bit of pesto. But yeah, he doesn't like the paste. But I will say it's really really good. They don't really. I don't know what the glutinous one tastes like, so he needs to
I
try
need to
it
try that one,
soon,
yeah.
so we can like
be great
compare.
if you were totally repulsed by it.
That
Right?
would be
You're like,
hilarious,
"Ugh."
right? Like, oh, this is awful.
This is so bad.
Trash.
Where's my gluten free?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there are some of the foodie tips from Tyler and Katrina. Do you seek out anything in particular when you visit the Disneyland Resort on a foodie adventure? We would love to hear from you as always. Comment, comment, comment. We will comment back. You stick around, more Kingdom Report Live for you next. Remember those carefree days of childhood where the magic still existed? When you didn't feel guilty about eating mountains of cereal with, we'll just say, questionable nutrition? Well, now you can have your cereal and you can eat it too. Because Magic Spoon has re-engineered that same great taste with grown-up ingredients for an absolutely game-changing Cereal 2.0. Because it's high protein, low carb, and 0 grams of sugar in each serving. I know, it's hard to believe, but it also comes in 6 delicious flavors. Frosted, fruity, cocoa, cinnamon, blueberry, and peanut butter. Plus, they've got limited edition flavors released throughout the year, like gingerbread or peaches and cream. So taste that magic of childhood all over again and get yourself some Magic Spoon cereal. Plus, take $5 off your order at checkout. All you got to do is insert the promo code Kingdom Team. That's right, Kingdom Team at checkout will get you $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com. That's magicspoon.com. Promo code Kingdom Team. The one thing has arrived where we take a look at whether something is good, bad, or a little of both. And this week, Katrina, we are asking you the question about Disneyland Pride Night, the special ticketed event that just happened. Was it good, bad, or a little of both? You had the opportunity to attend the special ticketed event, an event that sold out over the course of its 2-night offering and the first of its kind ever. What'd you think?
Oh, man. At first, I was like worried about how Disney was going to put this on and like what exactly they were going to do, like picture opportunities, food, like entertainment, all that kind of stuff. And so as slowly when they started like kind of releasing it, I got more and more excited. And then I got FOMO because everybody on the 13th were like sharing pictures of all the stuff that they were doing. And I was like, well, I guess we're going on the 15th, so I need to like chill. But I got like huge FOMO because everybody's like, the fireworks show is going to be so good. It was so good. I cried, blah, blah. And then so when we walked in, I was like, I need to see the fireworks. I was like going to lose my mind. And when we walked in, because fireworks were at 9:30, and it was just like everybody was packed in, but it wasn't like such a big event where, you know, when you turn that corner on Main Street and then everybody's just like packed in.
Well, it looks like everybody's packed in on that photo, but I guess that's the fireworks, huh?
And it is fireworks, but that was like, we were kind of like towards the back, but we were still in the middle of Main Street. Usually we're all the way to the train station.
Yeah. And this was like, we walked up like right before the fireworks started. So it like, we got a pretty
like
good standing
2 minutes
spot
before.
for the fireworks just about to start. It was easy for us to find a spot.
And the vibe was so great. Like everybody's, the air was just so light. I did not feel any anger. I did not feel any hatred towards anybody, because usually when you walk into Disneyland, everybody's like angry, upset for something. Kids are crying. People are screaming at
Parents
each
are
other.
ticked.
People are pushing because you're getting in their way for the fireworks, or, you know, you just feel this like anger. And when you walked into Pride Night, it was just so refreshing and so beautiful. And it was just like peaceful.
The vibes were immaculate.
You know, it
That's
was
nice.
so good. And
It was everybody was just so happy. I've never seen the park with so many happy people like that.
and no strollers.
And no strollers.
Yeah.
There was like kids, but I did not see a stroller in sight. Maybe like one.
Wow.
There was 0 strollers, so everybody was able to walk around.
And as we were walking in too, they were playing Dancing Queen, and literally the all of Main Street was all singing along.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, it was so cool. I really thought that was
They
a lot
had
of
some
fun.
pretty good songs, but then they definitely went on repeat. Like they only had like 10 songs that they played, and then it was a repeat all night. But anyway, the fireworks were so beautiful. It was very short, but the music that they played, and they just like the beginning part where they're just like, you know, everybody like welcome, blah 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 blah. It was so good. And then I started crying towards the end. I was getting so emotional. And then just like looking around and seeing everybody just like vibing with the music that they were playing, and just how just meaningful the way they chose the music to put together for this fireworks show was just gorgeous. The cavalcade we also saw, which is in this picture. I didn't get to see it because I was a little short. So as we were walking, like everybody else kind of saw
You
it.
didn't put her on your shoulders, Tyler.
I know.
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not
We're
one
not
of those.
those
I'm not the
people.
rude people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call you out right now.
Oh man, just like those people. Oh man, don't even get me started on
Uh-oh.
Wondrous. Anyway, that was definitely part of the anger part. Like that does not belong. So anyway, Pride Night, great. So the cavalcade happened 2 times. Daisy, fierce.
Naturally.
Clarabelle was on
Was
her
she in
point.
Even
her element?
fire.
She is now, I think, the new icon for
Oh yeah, Clarabelle
Pride.
Cow
like,
is like,
I think I always secretly knew.
yeah.
Yeah, there's something about
She
her.
was killer.
Yeah.
I think Daisy was about to like jump over and like kill her because she's like, no, I'm fierce. And Clarabelle's like, girl, please. Anyway, so then we had to quickly make our way to go get our free bag for Magic Key holders. So we got a cool little drawstring bag, which I'm never going to use, but we got it anyway.
Good for the wall.
Yeah, it's for the closet, I guess. I don't know. So that was really fun. That they like made something to give out to Magic Key holders, which was really cool. They also had this
DJ.
really cool DJ, and just the vibe on this whole area. Everybody was like dancing and just vibing along, and it was so much fun. Like you kind of forgot where you were for a while, just because everybody was just dancing, having fun. There wasn't like, you know, lines anywhere, and usually like the picture opportunities there were like a lot of lines, and for how they did this was actually really cool because they just made everybody just keep walking. No one stopped. No one's took pictures with the muses. Like they just keep telling you keep walking, and then you quickly take a selfie and keep going, which honestly I thought was great because usually when they have picture opportunities, they are hours long for special events and stuff. So this was really nice. They had like a couple opportunities with other characters, which were really quick. Like Wandering Oaken was there, and then Anna and Elsa apparently like kind of peek and show up a little bit.
Oh.
But we didn't see them when we walked by. But Wandering Oaken was really cute because he was just kind of like talking to people, and everybody was just like chatting back. But
What a nice
it
surprise
wasn't
to
a
see Oaken.
huge
Yeah.
line
Yeah.
and like it off to the side, because there was a couple events that we've been to where there were characters and they would hide them off to the side, and then they would like have like these cues that were ridiculous, and then if you walked up just to go see it, they would like yell at you to get in line. And we're like, oh, and then so we would run away. But then I loved how they decorated just everywhere you went. It was rainbows, like Main Street rainbows. The walkway what is this walkway called? I always call it
What,
the
by Big
Galaxy's
Thunder?
Edge.
Big Thunder Ridge.
Is it Big
Yeah.
Thunder Ridge? Okay. Well, that was really cool because it was rainbow, and then like the sparkles that Tyler grabbed, because I didn't really notice it at first, because usually like Small World, it was just like rainbows, and then all of a sudden it just like blew up and just started sparkling.
Colorful sparkle.
And I was like, whoa! And it was so fun.
There's Oaken. He was
there's
great.
Oaken,
He was a
yeah.
lot of fun to talk to. He was like, I mean, he played the part like perfectly. His little voice and everything. Yeah, he was doing that. And people were asking. I always find it's got to be so hard to be one of these characters out there talking to people, because
Character
people
with no real history.
yeah, and people are asking him questions, and he has to come up like on the fly with like all these different things he's gonna say. I'm sure they practice like a bunch before they
yeah.
go
Or
out
Vaughn's
there.
or a
but-
Safeway guy.
yeah, really.
What is that? And then like they had specialty foods and stuff. I didn't partake in. Tyler was able to eat some with our friends.
The two that here's our friends too that
Oh yeah,
we
so
went
this
with.
is the most special of all. We had really fun picture opportunities with our two friends that we went to, and also I finally got to meet my Insta friend Jola.
Oh, Jola.
Jola is a viewer of the show, and we appreciate him so much. It was really fun to meet him. Anytime you guys see us in the park or anything, just come and say hi to
Yeah.
us, because
I
we
warned
would love
him
to see you.
because,
You know.
Yeah, please don't message after the fact and say I
saw
was
you."
too nervous to approach, or I wanted to give you
Yeah.
space. All very kind things to say. However, we would love to meet you.
It's
Yeah.
true, and also I have this weird funnel. I even warned Jola too, because when he said he was going, I was like, if you see me, scream my name and get in my face, because I have this like funnel when I'm like with crowds where I do not hear my name. Tyler has to push me. And
I go, "They're calling
Someone's
you."
calling you, and I'm like, what? And then and so I'm not ignoring you. I just literally cannot hear. I don't hear my name.
Turn it off because you're in a crowd and you're feeling crushed.
Yeah,
before
I hear like
things.
other things, but when someone says my name, I like literally
It's a
cannot.
psychological matter, I think.
It's weird, but if you see me, say hi. We love to see you guys.
Yeah,
and then,
for sure.
but it was so fun. They had fun picture opportunities. We
Yeah.
did like a couple, but then we just forgot because time flew by really
It
fast.
really goes quick.
Like
I
we
mean,
looked, we had tons of time.
and
then
then
it was
and
over.
then it was gone. And like we had a couple things we wanted to eat. Like we got over at Jolly Holiday, we got the pepperoni and mozzarella croissant, and it came with like the tomato
not.
soup that you dip it in, and that was pretty good. The flavor, like the croissant was great, but it didn't really taste like, you couldn't really taste the pepperoni that well or anything. It was okay. Though what I really liked was we went to Hungry Bear later, and there was a pork belly sandwich there that was kind of like a little bit Asian inspired, and it was really tasty. Like sometimes when you have pork belly, you're afraid it's going to be super fatty or something, but this was just like every bite was nice and easy to chew, and the flavor was really great. So
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I got to say, like, we've done a lot of these events, and it's been a while since we've gone to an After Dark, because we were starting to kind of, there were problems, like we mentioned, with the lines taking hours to see the characters, and I feel like they're
Just
figuring that
packed.
stuff out. And just for whatever reason, this event was like the most feel-good event I feel like I've
Refreshing.
been to. It was very refreshing. And it was just so nice to see everybody on their just positive feelings. I mean,
Love.
everybody was just feeling, I think really what it is finally people are feeling like validated. And that is a great thing to feel, and just so everybody was just like, let's just have a freaking great time tonight, and that's what we all did. And
everybody's outfits were like on point.
Yeah.
I look like a schmuck walking in, but everybody else looked great. I
All
was like,
homely.
oh my god, everybody looked so good. And then the rides, like the ride queues, were like 5-10 minutes walk on.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
that's why we got turned off in the last After Dark event, was because the queues were like 25-45 minutes, and it was too long. And then everybody was like bumping into one another, and it was just too packed. It was just like a normal park day. It was not fun for how much you would spend on a ticket for it. But it was out of this world. It was so good. I wish they would do it again. I hope they do another one like
they've
this.
got to do it every June. I'm assuming they're
I'm
going to
sure
have to.
it'll
keep
Hopefully
doing
they'll
it.
add in more
extends.
dates
Yeah.
too, because this was by far, everybody was just so positive and just so happy.
Yeah.
That's great.
I loved
And the
it.
new character costumes all look great.
Oh my gosh,
it was,
yeah.
and it's really fun at the end of the night too. When they don't really publish this anywhere, but I kind of had a feeling that all the characters meet at the train station at the end of the night when there's like 15 minutes left in the party.
Yeah, Jola
You
let
head
us know.
over, Yeah, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. You go over to the train station, and they are all up there having a party and dancing, and everybody's just admiring, and it was just
Clarabelle's in the middle.
Clarabelle just doing her thing.
In the spotlight.
I've always been a Clarabelle fan, but damn, girl,
She knows.
she knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's
She's
doing.
got it.
That's right.
Disco queen.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, no doubt it will grow next year. Terry in chat asking, do you think they'll add more Pride Nights next year? I do,
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
I think this was a trial to see if it was going to be successful, and the sellout for the 2 dates, and the fact that you are mentioning, operationally speaking, it sounds like they really are ironing out a lot of the hiccups that they were experiencing from past special After Dark events. It's wonderful to hear that it's getting better, because I think that was, you're right, not just you. I was hearing it a lot from people that were spending extra money to go to these special events, and were saying it's just not turning out to be worth it after all,
Yeah.
because of the delays and the waits, and just how it's not feeling as though it's special. It's feeling like everybody's doing it, so why am I paying extra?
Right.
That's the point. So the fact that you got the opposite feeling is fantastic too. And you let us know, is Pride Night going to be on your list of events next year? Because no doubt it will be coming back and likely expanded. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot it on over to the comments. All right, y'all. Well, if you can believe it, once again, that's it. We're all
No.
done. I know. And yet, it feels like next week is already here, right? Feels like it's just a stone's throw away. Well, you don't miss next week. How about that? You be right here next week. You. Gainer Report Live is back next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And remember, the legacy of Walt Disney, it lives on because of people like you and me. We'll see you next Saturday.